All right, so now our bias is flipping. Aggressive buyers are stepping in. We're breaking through sell walls. And from the last video, we broke to the downside of this wedge. Now we're breaking to the upside. I have this green line annotated. If we can hold that line, I'm likely going to enter. Coming into my trading view, we're going to take a different look at it from a range chart. We're still below the VWAPs on this range chart, but I'm going to create another VWAP from the session low on this 80 range chart, and from right there. And now we're above this bottom VWAP. So we could start to range inside here for a while, but maybe I can pick a nice long up into back towards this point of control. Sellers are still in control on this 80 range chart. Buyers are picking up momentum though. And the ADX is a little bit low on this 80 range chart. But if we go into the 200 tick chart, we're going to do some different analysis here. Obviously, Bookmap is showing that buyers are pushing the price up. We do have a big sell wall up here, all the way up to 23,822. Coming back to our platform, we have our line at 23,218. So if we can get above 23,282, obviously, depending on what I have shown on the chart, the volume profile is going to change, but we're looking to move back up. And I actually like a trade right here. We're getting lots of momentum. So we're going to buy 3. And this might be a little premature, but I think we take this buy wall out. This is an aggressive entry. So let's set our stops. So this is basically a break of structure right here, reversal setup. So it's a break of structure reversal setup that we're taking. And we could be wrong, right? I wouldn't be surprised to get a pullback back all the way down to this trend line. That would have been a more conservative entry. But the market's moving fast today, and we just broke structure, and we made an equal high. Technically, we broke minor structure right here, and we really have an equal high right now, which we should have waited maybe for a close over that, but I'm still happy with it because we have a sloping up ADX above 20. Buyers are clearly out working the sellers. We're above these swing low VWAPs and a previous swing high VWAP. We're above the Ichimoku cloud, and we're above the weighted moving averages. So it's essentially the reverse of what I just did, right? Let's see if I pick the opposite side. I had really good timing on the last trade. It just went in the opposite direction. So let's see if buyers can get through this wall, and let's see if we can hold above these VWAPs. So that was an aggressive entry. I should have waited for, I felt there were so many signals there that I just want to take that trade, right? ADX is sloping up. Buyers have momentum. They have, it's like 2-to-1 momentum wise. 26-to-12 as far as the DMI plus, DMI minus, the directional movement index. ADX is above 20. We're above the VWAPs. We are above the cloud, the Ichimoku cloud, and we are basically in an area, a low volume node, where I feel like we could just push all the way back up. So let's put some stops in place. We're going to let this one run a little bit. We're going to put it behind the previous swing low. Actually, I think this one this intermediate swing. I think technically it should be all the way down here. I don't think I'm going to take that much heat. If it can't hold this trend line in this VWAP and it breaks through the cloud and breaks through these VWAPs and it can't hold, I'm probably going to exit somewhere around here. I can't see me holding it all the way down to this stop. However, what can we target to the upside? We could target the next break of structure, or we could target the next break of structure and VWAPs to the upside, or we could target the value area depending on what we're looking at here. Let's start from about 9:30. Let's start from here. I think this is the range. So we're going to target just to the end of the value area, which I have set up at 80%. So that's our target. And we'll see what happens. Let's go into Bookmap and watch. So aggressive buyers are trying to push through this wall to the upside. Looks like a little bit of exhaustion there, but buyers are still fighting. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I'm really having a good time trading today. I feel like today's a breakthrough day for me because I'm making decisions based on what I see and not what I feel or think. And I'm keeping the size small, and I'm allowing my stops to get hit on my losers, and I'm allowing my not just my instincts as far as fear goes, but just my knowledge and analysis and planning drive my trading. So I'm extremely happy with my trading today, regardless of like what our P&L shows at the end of the day. I'm happy with these setups. Doesn't mean I won't like get out of a trade if I see aggressive sellers really taking over. I could definitely just like hit the flatten button. But it looks like we just broke through that first layer of resistance and we're starting to move up. CVD is looking like the buyers are starting to push it up. We had some pretty aggressive buying there, which is exactly what I'd like to see. And we have lots of sell orders up there to grab if the buyers can still find interest at that higher price point. I'm going to move back into trading view for a moment. So buyers have taken control on my ADR chart. ADX is still a little bit low. We definitely held the swing low VWAP on the ADR chart. We are pushing up above the last high volume node on the volume profile. And we are hopefully making our way back up to the top of the range here. I would say on this chart, 23,879, 23,878 might be a location that I might want to consider getting out of this trade. 23,878. Let's go back to our 2000 tick chart and take a look. So I got at 23,857. So even a less aggressive target. So we'll kind of play that by ear. We may not even get there, but right now it's looking like buyers have momentum. I'm really gonna feel good about it if we can break through. We broke the structure here. I would like to break these highs. We are getting a pullback. Um, let's see if the buyers can keep pushing the price up. So I'm only trading one account at the moment, but I'm considering potentially taking a trade in my take profit trader challenge as well. But if I do that, it's going to be probably a pivot extension trade. I'm going to keep you on this screen, but I'm going to go look for that right now. So we're pretty close to it actually. So 23.80.25 to 23.80. 23.80.30 to 23.80.48. A little bit of indecision right now, kind of waiting for the next move. I only have about a half hour to 45 minutes of trading left before I have to go see clients. Unless they cancel on me. I have a client that it's hard to keep motivated to train because they're deconditioned, and I have to work really hard to try to get 2 sessions in a week, but you don't want to give up on people. So definitely, we're making progress, and they're also a senior, so they're a little bit older. So you got to just be cognizant that their energy levels and their recovery time when you're deconditioned, sometimes working out once a week is all that the body can handle. And it needs lots of recovery time, unlike when we're a little bit younger. Like every year, I mean, I'm telling you, like every 10 years that you age, you're going to find that your recovery time is going to significantly change. All right, so we're going to come back into Bookmap here. We are on Bookmap. Okay, cool. So we're pretty much below entry. So we're about $40 in drawdown on the trade at the moment. Looks like there's a couple of orders down. We're getting some aggressive sellers stepping in. The slope of the ADX is starting to slow down, and the balance between buyers and sellers is starting to equal out. So slope of the weighted moving average is pretty steep. We're still above the Ichimoku cloud, and we're still above both of the previous VWAPs from swing lows and swing highs. And we came back, and it looks like we're testing. I'm going to come back into the platform. So, not what I wanted. Just zoom in a little bit. It's a little easier to track. So it looks like we're testing the VWAP as well as resistance. You could, obviously I put on 1 wick, but it's really that whole level there. All right, and you could even include that. That's what I'm considering as support, I guess, formerly resistance. Looks like buyers and sellers are pretty even here though, so we're kind of chopping around at this. Once we broke the structure here, we're kind of chopping around. I may close this trade out and give it a little bit of time, but aggressive buyers are stepping in, so we'll hold on to it for the meantime. And there's a lot of more orders to grab to the top side. The order book, and well, the volume looks a little heavier on. It's pretty balanced actually, but I think there's more selling interest. Still, more aggressive buyers are stepping in, and I do have a trade set up on my other challenge, my take profit challenge of 3 MNQ long from a pivot zone, but I'll have that on another video. That hasn't triggered yet. That trade will trigger at about 23,830. We're not quite there yet. If we can hit that level, and we're looking to get about, man, it's like a 25-point move on that trade. So that would be nice to get a 25-point move. Now that pivot zone trade is my favorite trade. I've taken quite a few in previous videos, and it's definitely my biggest money maker. It's my, if I had an A plus trade, that would be it. Like some of these pullback continuation trades and break of structure reversals and things like that, those are just things that I'm seeing by reading the market structure. They're not necessarily I don't think they're my A plus setups. I don't have as much confidence with them, and I feel like my timing has been good on entry, but a lot of times I'm picking the wrong location, and I still enter and chop. Like right now we're kind of right at a chop zone, but we're holding above the VWAPs. We're holding above this Dorito that we broke through, or wedge, and the trend line is starting to really slope up, along with the 20 and 25 weighted moving average. We broke through this resistance that I had identified right here and stepped up. We're probably going to test it back as support. So this was kind of a resistance level right here. This was a big resistance level right here. Wouldn't be surprised if we come back and test it before continuing up. But coming back into our platform, trading platform, we're still chopping around at this zone, but holding the trend line. And if I take these from the last couple wicks on these down candles, we're starting to trend upward. Now we're breaking the trend line to the downside. And we're starting to penetrate the cloud as well. So this is that resistance that I said we're testing as support right now. Zooming out, we can see that the short-term trend is up, making or down. This is from the morning. This is pretty much near open. This is 10 a.m. Eastern. So this could be a pullback and a downtrend, right? 100%. So not excited with what I'm seeing right now. This might be an opportunity to get out. So if we can't hold this VWAP here, I'm basically flattening the trade. I'm out. So I'd like to see it bounce off of this swing low VWAP. This would actually be a better entry than stop loss, better entry, right? So my stop loss is way down here, but I think this, now that I'm looking at it in hindsight, a better entry would have waited for a retrace. Well, we bounced here, came up, and waiting for a retracement to continue up higher. So I'm still optimistic, but I probably could have tightened up my entry a little bit. And depending on where we start the volume profile, we're kind of at a point of control right now. But I entered above the point of control. So it's kind of a chop zone right here. Or not, it's just a little bit of a little close. A little close. I should have waited for maybe this break of structure to confirm that we're moving higher. But it is what it is. Can't be perfect. Hindsight is always. I'm still happy with the trade, and I have a plan to exit if things aren't going well. I'm going to pause it. Some aggressive buyers are trying to push the price back up. And we'll be back when we have some more updates. All right, so a little bit of an update. We are near getting stopped out, but we're going to hold tight there. What I did was I found some down wicks in place where price bounced a few times, protected below this second VWAP from the swing low, where I was anticipating to get a bounce from, and trying to hold this level. And if price, I'd be really upset. I'm not mad or fearful or anything, but I'm really upset if I just don't have enough of a stop here. If I just give it a little bit more time to run, I could always re-enter if it moves back up. If I get wicked out or something, I'm perfectly okay with that. If I get the signals too, but right now the signals are bearish, so we're likely to get stopped out on this trade. One of the things I'm working on is allowing myself to get stopped out according to my plan. So if I lose the trade, I'm 100% okay. There's no fear, no emotion today in my trading. Everything is very objective and based off planning. Whether or not the plan is good or bad, that doesn't really matter. So we put our stop in place here. We're not moving it. We actually brought it up once we found a level that we felt was sufficient. But sellers are kind of in control right now, and there's some levels to grab below. So I wouldn't be surprised if I get stopped out here. And it's a win if I hit my stop because I allowed that to happen without moving it. That's been an issue for me in the past. Um, so we're going to learn and invest in learning how to let our stop loss get hit without being afraid of and losing the trade. So our TP is still probably this break of structure to the top. But the thing is I only have about another 25 minutes to trade. I can probably let this run while I'm away because all the orders will close out. In worst case scenario, I can close it out before the 4 p.m. close. But I'm thinking we're going to get stopped out on this one. So sitting on the hands. It's okay if it happens. We can always re-enter if we see momentum.
Order field.
And we take the loss. So not the result we were looking for, but we're getting better at learning how to stick to our plan. So on that trade, we basically, let me see here. What do? We took another 195 in losses. So we're down 218 on the day. More losers than winners today. So these break of structure reversal trades. Let's create another setup. And this one's going to be BOS reversal. And I don't know what color to make it. We only have so many colors, right? Maybe that's a black too, because the other trend continuation. Yeah, let's just make it like that color. I don't know, man. So that's that. Couple more nodes stopped out, but we stuck to the plan and the analysis, and happy allowing ourselves to lose without fear or emotion. Perfect. So we'll stop this video and we take another trade. I'll be sure to create a video.